Hello. Uh, Thank you so much. I know it's really hard. This is the last session, hopefully the last session. Uh, Thank you so much for sitting tight. Before we get started, I just want all of them to come in. So, Arun, do we still have somebody outside? Yeah. All my fans, yeah. All right. Uh, Can I just have a quick attention right here? Before we get into this tool, I mean, it's too much of data from the morning, and too much of anything is not too good. Can we just play a quick game? Everybody up for it? That's really simple. All I want is just 1 minute. I would flash something on the screen, and all of you all would be having a notepad and pen on your desk. It's just a simple, fun game. The reason why I opt to do this is just to make sure that I revive the spirit. And post-lunch, I know how sessions are because I've been there many times. And just to revive the spirit, I'm just going to flash something on the screen right now. It contains simple words, which we are all used to. After the first minute, I would take off that page, and I would give you the time. And whoever gives me the maximum number of words, reproduces the maximum number of words on the paper, I would take it forward then. So the task is to see the screen, take in as many as words you can, and reproduce them after a minute. I would be strictly monitoring you guys. You cannot write it when I flash it on the screen. Ready? And let me start the clock right here. Oh, okay. There you go. Cool. Everybody ready? Pens down, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and your minute starts now. No writing. Simple words. Simple words. Just to make it tough. 30 seconds over. 20. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here is the last bit of information. I want them in order. I want them in order. Cool. Thirty seconds up. Last 30 seconds. $20. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. First of all, how was it? And good afternoon and good evening, by the way. So how many of you got at least the first row, few words? How many on the second row? Cool. In order? Each column? So that's the trick, because I know everybody can memorize mommy, dog, thank you. And I wanted it in this way. So it's the way you memorize and reproduce. So how many got the maximum number right in order? Yep, in order. Anyone? I'll come back to that. Go ahead. 11? 8. Anybody more than 11? Nope. Perfect. And just please meet me at the end. We have something special for you. Thank you so much for the game. And this is a real simple game just to make sure that everybody is attentive for the last bit of information. Thank you. He got the maximum, that's 11, and the second clause was 8. You got 11 too? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. So in that case, you two get the first prize, and you get the second. Anybody below 5? I'm sorry. Nope. Anybody who got like 1 or 2? The second one is 8. You got 8? 6. Just to begin with, I'll stop with 11 and 8. 8? Okay. The 11 and the 8s, please make sure that you meet me or any one of my individuals right there, and we would do the needful. Okay? Come on. Can I start? Or sure. Good. No, in case you're going to finish it up. Okay. Perfect. My name is Harish, and I'm from the Manage Engine AD Solutions team. And I would be talking about the AD360. The AD360 is it encompasses all the 5 tools put together. The tools that you've been hearing from the morning, and a few other tools which I would be showing in detail, all put together is AD360. So I know too much data of AD Manager and AD Audit has come your way. Now let's straight away move into ADSelfService Plus, Exchange Reporter Plus, and of course, Derek did do a bit of Recovery Manager Plus as well. So the basic idea of AD360 is to give you a straight 360 vision of your Active Directory. The meaning of straight 360-degree is all you do is just open up the tool and you have your 360-degree vision of your Active Directory. Right from your access management to your identity management, and then your self-service, giving the end users the ability to reset, unlock, change their own passwords, and write their own information. And to top it all, the administrator defines what the end user must do. This is the SelfService Plus, and of course you have the Exchange Reporter Plus, which just feeds on your Exchange environment. Many could raise a question that what's the difference between AD Audit Plus and Exchange Reporter Plus? AD Audit Plus just feeds on your Active Directory. The Exchange Reporter Plus just talks to your Exchange environment, 3, 7, 10, 13, and recently we've started the O365 reports. These two are complete reporting software. The AD Manager takes care of the management activity, and the ADSelfService Plus is the end user. The domain users could reset, unlock, change, and write their own attributes if the administrator wishes that the end user must go for this tool. So the agenda would be knowing AD360, and then the power of AD360, the benefits that come along your way, and then, of course, the promise that AD360 has to offer. And of course, I would have ample of time for your question and answers round. In order to develop a product, we had to undergo 5 vital questions. Why do you need this tool? Who needs this tool? And who benefits out of this tool? And what are the security measures that we have to make sure that the tool never compromises on security because it's Active Directory. Any single flaw would make sure that your entire Active Directory is messed up. And where? So these are the 5 vital questions that we had to address, and that's when we had evolved with the AD360. As I told you, AD360 is an integrated solution for access and identity management for your Windows architecture. And this is a web-based tool. All the tools from the morning till the AD360 all are web-based, meaning you can access the tool using a web browser. You don't have to install this on separate machines, no APIs, nothing. So in case of any problem, all we need is that particular machine on the domain, or it could be a PC, it could be a DC, a member server, file server, anywhere you can install this. And the troubleshooting aspect would be really simple. And people can access it using the full computer name followed by the port number. The tools by default comes in with the built-in database, the PG-SQL, and of course we do support just the MS SQL and the MySQL as well. So to go ahead with, let's, of course, the AD Manager, the AD Audit, the ADSelfService Plus Exchange Reporter, and Recovery Manager. I'm going to straight jump into ADSelfService Plus. What does this tool do? What is ADSelfService Plus? It is a web-based application using which end users, I repeat, end users, can reset their own password, unlock themselves, change their own password, and write in their own attributes. Yep. Yes. This is that's the answer. The ADSelfService Plus, wherein I can do, or the end users could do their own activity in case if I cross my threshold for the password attempts, I lock myself. I don't have to call the administrator or wait for some technician to. That depends on the credential. So again, you have 2 rights in this, which I would be going through. Either the service account with the necessary permissions on the domain, or if you want the end user's account to be validated. So in this case, yes, they would be able to change password and self-update. The meaning of self-update is any valid Active Directory attribute that your schema supports. You have extended your schema. You have the you have spoken to the Microsoft. You've got the OCI number. You've extended it. The tool will accept it, and they would be able to write it. In case, yep. Yes. Yes. Perfect. And in case if you feel that any of these 4 features could prove the end users don't need a few of these, would there be a possibility that I could refrain from giving these to the end users? Yes. You can just pick and choose what the end users must do. For instance, in your domain, you might just have just the reset and self-update. I don't want them to change password. I don't want them to unlock their account. So you can pick and choose. You can have as many as policies for just a particular OU. You can, in case if you feel that users are spanned across the domain, yeah, please.
What about my users who only access output access? And I get users who only have iOS devices like iPhone.
And you're talking about what they're Active Directory users, right?
Yes, they are.
And how do they log into the domain? It's just using.
Well, we have to set them as password that expires. But that doesn't meet our compliance.
Oh, okay. So the password never expires. So that box is checked.
Now that's just our solution at the moment. But like I said, we don't meet our compliance because of the issue. How can we extend the possibility of them being able to reset their own?
If they're valid Active Directory users, you don't have to worry about the platform because you would be installing this on a Windows machine, but irrespective of what the end user has, he would be able to reset and unlock using a web browser. And then when he marches in, when he hooks to the domain, the passwords would get cached, would get synchronized accordingly. So he does the reset, yep.
This is external facing.
Yes, you have options. You can keep it internal. saying that only people within the domain or the network should access the tool. Or you could say that, hey, I can just do a small bit of tweaking in the DNS with the IIS. I can host the product online. So people across the globe can go ahead and reset on the go. They don't have to wait at all. No more calls, no more sending in requests. And there's a specific feature which I would be talking, the Gina Mac, right from the Control-Alt-Delete screen, you would be able to reset and unlock. I'll give you vivid examples as to where that case will come in handy. So, and we do have mobile applications. The reason why I have listed that is the moment when you say on the go, people these days are traveling left, right, center. So with that happening, if you just host the product online with the mobile app, it's pretty simple with the configurations. All it does is you just need to hook it to the server and the port number, and boom, they can do a reset and unlock on the go. So this is the major core functionality of ADSelfService Plus. And what is the need for ADSelfService Plus? How many of us receive at least, let's be fair, 6 to 10 calls a day, the end users requesting you to do a reset and unlock for them? Yeah, I mean the technicians, yes. So what exactly happens is these guys become inevitable to the organization. And 50 to 60% of call volume every single day reports for the password reset and unlock. And the reason why I have a help desk on the women's side is today being Women's Day. I just wanted to give it a bit to the women, so happy Women's Day. So they would be able to, 50 to 60% of call volume is for reset and unlock. And since they are inevitable to the organization, they need to work on holidays too. So there's no, it's like you just have to work 24/5, but those two come in like add-ons. Saturday, Sundays, you got to be on call. Somebody would call you saying that my password is, I've messed up my threshold, so I need to do a quick reset. So that is when we justified the fact that ADSelfService Plus must evolve. And sure. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, no, not at all. So again, to continue back, who benefits using this tool? Who are the core more functionality? Who benefits using ADSelfService Plus? First, the administrator. He sets the tempo. Who uses this tool? What do they use? And how do they challenge themselves? We have 3 solid challenging mechanisms: question and answers, email verification code sent to their email and their mobile number, and you have the Google Authenticator. You can define all the 3, or just 2. You can completely customize this tool. You can say that high volatile OUs, you want to say that I want all the 3 mechanisms to challenge for a reset and unlock. So the administrator completely defines what the end user sees, and the domain user, he no longer has to wait for anybody. He could straight away go ahead and perform his own tasks. And in case if he forgets his password, then the security question and answers, he forgets that, or he does not have his mobile number, it's somebody has stolen it. In that case, we have a special feature wherein he could call a technician on a worst case scenario. The reason why we had this is, of course, few customers did want that specific report, the security question and answers, where a technician can only see that, and he would be able to assess on the call whether that specific user is trying to cheat or is genuinely fair. In that case, he could do a reset on behalf of them. So that is the domain user. So he would completely utilize this tool to make sure that the administrators can use their time to hide, the exchange or the most complicated task in the domain. But
To allow someone to say somebody's secret answer, it's got to be a security.
but yes, we don't give it to everybody. There's a small feature which we educate the end users in case you need this, because there was one specific organization which wanted this so that they have an help desk 24/7 on the call, because there were a few technically naive people who forget their own answers. So that's the reason they wanted to specify this report. We don't generally say this, but since we have this feature right there, we just wanted to bring it up on air. And then,
Is it possible to apply like a sort of a security question and answer plus the cell phone?
yeah, yes. Uh, yeah, you have a lot of options. You can either say that I'm the administrator, I set the questions, mandatory questions. You can write your own questions. The administrator can write your own questions and make it mandatory. Or you can even go one step further and ask the end users to write their own question and answers. And then you can make the verification code also compulsory. So in that case, he first has to address this, and then he would be able to do a reset. This tool looks really small, but you can completely customize it. You can rebrand it. You can make sure that the tool just looks the way any of your official product looks, but the backend, we would be working it for you. You can customize it in case you want to put in password policies, make it completely user-friendly. You want to write in text with perfect examples. The password must meet such criteria. You can completely customize it. And once you deploy this, you would definitely, straight away go into the configurations. That is real simple, where the administrator would be able to set the tempo. It's completely hassle-free. It's laid on the line design, meaning there's no loop back. Everything is straightforward within a particular tab. And then you have the most important and the authorizing fact of ADSelfService Plus is you're unfolding your Active Directory. You're like typically giving away your Active Directory. And what about the security feature? It never compromises. And that's where the security check comes in. If you want to give me a service account with the respective permissions, just the effective permissions that I had requested, or if the end users have it in Active Directory, you can just leave it the way it is. It would validate themselves. If they have permissions, it would go through, or if not, it will just give them the error straight up on the web page. And of course, the customizations, you can rebrand, you can type in the logo, you can type in the data which you would want the end users to see to make it completely unique, and so that they never call the help desk technicians for a reset and unlock. And then the salient features, these are the other functionalities that the tool offers. The password expiry notifications, that's a free tool. So anybody could use it for the entire domain. You can notify users on their, the password expiry status and the account expiry status. You can send it to their email and mobile number. And you have the employee search just for a contact lookup. And then you have the password synchronizer. How many of you have Active Directory in one side, and you, of course, have the O365, the Google apps, or the Oracle AS400, the Oracle e-business suite? Anybody? Because in that case, if you have the same amount of users talking in both the domains, you can use this password synchronizer feature, wherein if any password change or a reset function happens using ADSelfService Plus, AD is taken care, and within few seconds, the other domain is taken care. So you don't have to do two processes again and again. It's just one-time process which will give you two results. And yeah, no. What's Google Authenticator? No, that's completely different. That's a challenging mechanism wherein the application is downloaded onto the end user's phone, and that synchronizes with the tool to give you a unique code to challenge yourself. Yep.
Can you choose your own tools?
I'm sorry?
So your own tools like maybe Salesforce?
Yes. We do support closely to 10 particular features. Just a quick minute, I can show it up right here. Currently, we support them. There you go. Log in as the admin. There you go. So currently we support these domains, these platforms, and in case if your domain does not fall under this radar, you could just write to us, and we could talk to our development team, and we would make sure that these domains are taken care of. Yep.
That password synchronization would obviously require an agent from Microsoft.
Perfect. The primary DC. That's the real-time password synchronizer that we have right now. In case if you would don't mind about the site, the replication, let it have its own time. That's completely fine. You don't have to install it. But real-time, that's the latest release. It just takes about few seconds for the update, right from the native and from the next feature, which I'm going to show from the Control-Alt-Delete screen. Any questions in this?
Is there any mechanism to audit these changes to self-service?
Oh yes, oh yes. When we give you some management capabilities, we would definitely add on the reports, such as do you guys see this on the right side, the audit reports? These are real time. Meaning of real time is you could run backwards too. That's the specialty of the reports. Do you see the reset password? They have a specific audit report, and now they will cover the real time, the agent as well. So in case if they do it right from the Control-Alt-Delete screen, and they do it in the native Active Directory, we audit that as well. You have everything right here. The reporting aspect, you can schedule it, everything is similar. But when there's a management activity, we would make sure that the reporting is evenly matched. And then you have the Genomics. For instance, let's say, and today is, let's say on a Friday evening, I'm on a summit meeting, and my help desk is on leave. The office is shut down because it's Friday evening. I have a meeting and I messed up my password because I'm freaking out because it's a presentation. I'm locked out. What do I do? Whom do I call, or what do I do? The office is completely closed. I don't have, because the delegates are watching at my face. I cannot go ask for another laptop. What do I do? That is where we have the Genomics. Right from the Control-Alt-Delete screen, you would be able to reset and unlock yourself. So you just click, it's just an HTML page wherein, I can quickly show it to you right here. Do you guys see this right here? What exactly happens is, don't worry about this because I'm just trying to, this is supported only in the professional. The one I have is standard because I just recently helped a customer. So right here, this will talk to the tool. This will connect to the server and the port number, and I will challenge myself similar to the web browser experience, wherein I go ahead, challenge myself, do a quick reset on my password, quickly done, and I can enter into my laptop in just a few seconds. Oops. Cool. And before we get into Exchange Reporter Plus, do we have any questions in ADSelfService Plus? The tool is real simple. You can get it when you download AD360, or in case if you want to do it separately, that's also possible. It's really simple, but yeah, go ahead.
SelfService Plus, how many of your customers are using it as a public external network?
Way a lot, sir. I would rather say a huge amount. They have it online. I mean, that's the question, I suppose. The DMZ you're talking about. Plenty. I myself have done about a healthy amount of customizations on the DMZ, I've done it, yes. Healthier amount. Healthier amount is at least to more than 50 plus clients. And most of them are now requesting that feature. So that is readily supported, and I've done it personally myself.
It's all covered by the compliance requirements.
Yes. All I need is just few ports to be opened internally, and externally you would just be opening that specific port which people would be seeking access to the tool. That's all. The external, I don't need any port except the one that you access the tool with. Because internally, when you put it on a DMZ, I want the ADSelfService Plus tool to talk to the domain controllers. That's all. That's the reason I'm requesting for these ports. And once I'm able to touch my domain controller, I'm pretty much in good shape. And to answer your question, there are a lot of customers that I've personally done it on the DMZ. In case, I would not be able to give you the names, but I've done it quite a bit. So any more questions on ADSelfService Plus before we jump into the Exchange Reporter Plus? And then how many of you have used Exchange Reporter? Thank you. Anybody else? No worries, we'll travel together. And the reason for Exchange Reporter Plus is it is always good, just like this gentleman had asked me about the reporting. It is always good to have authentic results, because that is when your audit manager would be showing up on one Monday morning and you don't want to look bad in front of them. Nobody wants to be the bad cop, you know. Nobody wants to look bad in front of the bad cop. So in that case, the Exchange Reporter Plus will feed data on your Exchange environment. Yes, we do cover your 03, 07, 10, 13, and recently we do support the 0365, but we just launched with 4 reports. But we have about close to 140 plus reports to span the entire Exchange environment. We do a life cycle analysis. We make sure that no data in your Exchange goes unnoticed. So that is where the Exchange Reporter Plus helps every administrator. And high complex data is broken into graphs and charts. The meaning of that is, just imagine 10 times integration and 11 times, you have the permutation combinations will give you the result. Would anybody understand that? And top level management would definitely not give it a thought. That's where you need to break down compound data into understandable format. And that is where we have the graphs and the charts, so that you can readily go into the meeting on Monday morning saying that this is the mailbox size, this is the mail server. You can do a complete mailbox life cycle, and you could do the respective analysis. And what is the need for Exchange Reporter Plus? The basic need for Exchange Reporter Plus is efficiency. You need an efficient tool to trust on to make sure that your Exchange has somebody to monitor it. Reporting, again, is a key factor. So that is a key point for need, and complete mailbox. And how many of you here can tell me that you know from which IP address your users log into your mail client? Can anybody let me know that? How precisely can you be that, hey, my user is logging in from this IP address? How sure can you be that? Because we have a specific report, the OWA login report, the Outlook web access. Yep.
Well, that's from the catalog, isn't it?
Yes.
So you get that information from the catalog?
Yes.
Does that give you the machine name?
No, we just deal with the IP address.
Okay, so you can't say whether it's a
No.
iPhone.
No. Again, the IP address, because that specific report was so designed for that. Because we had a lot of complaints saying that we didn't know who is logging into the mail client from where. The first issue has been addressed, the audit reports that I'll address separately. The second point is, I don't know where they're logging in from, so I needed that report.
The problem we have is,
Mhm.
and I assume everybody else is having the same problem, is when you're using mobile device and you're connecting to your Exchange from your mobile device, you change your password in AD, you don't change it on your phone.
Mhm.
You have people give the phone to their sons and let sons on the floor.
Okay.
So, and then they say, our account's locking out.
Mm-hmm.
whether that's an iPhone or Samsung or whatever, basically give them the name of it.
Locking out from the Active Directory or?
No, from the mobile device, just trying to connect to their AWA.
Oh, okay.
So if we could get that device name.
Because on a separate report, we would definitely show you the device connected to the Exchange environment. Yeah, we have I could show it to you separately across. I could show you the reports where the device is connected to the Exchange environment. We would list it up right there.
So the way we do it at the moment, we have to basically identify whether it's the CAS servers locking them out,
Mm-hmm.
and then when we know it's the CAS servers, we have to go to the CAS logs to actually find out which device.
Okay, gotcha.
Their accounts at.
Because in case if the Active Directory account is locked out, the AD Audit Plus has a key feature which will tell you 6 types of lockout. Why did this account get locked out? So that's the reason I asked you that question. For this specific, I can show you a particular report. And then you have the traffic logs. What's the server-to-server traffic? What's the quota? And why is this server alone being contacted too much? Why is this server not up? You can do in-depth study right there. And then audit reports. You can write in your own reports, such as we are the admins, and we definitely have our top management who needs at least a bit more security than we have. For instance, you might have your CEO, the CIO, the CFO. What happens if somebody logs onto their mailbox? What happens? The first person they put the axe on is us. So in that case, you can set up a non-owner mailbox report, and you can set an alert instantaneously. When somebody is calling you, you're working towards it and not just listening to what they say. So that's the difference. That's the alerting that the audit reports give you. Or you can specifically say that I don't want this user because he's the troublemaker in my domain. He should not be able to touch any of the mailbox. In case if that happens, shoot me an email. You can scrutinize. You can put in details. That is where this report comes in really handy. The meaning of critical reports is I have personally valued few other tools wherein I need to separately script for the mailbox size, the mail server size, and then I need to do a complete lifecycle ratio and the quota, what is designated to me and what's the current status. That took me, few months just to specifically test each feature on a separate tool. So when I did it on the Exchange Reporter Plus, it gave me in just one specific report, and I was able to do a complete life cycle. You can put it to test. I'm not saying that this does not happen. You can put it to test. You can see a complete life cycle, and all the reporting, you get it in just one tab. That's the best point. All of them in just your visibility. You can choose the specific report, and you can get it right there. The OWA reports, I'm just mentioning the most used report, the IP. There are a lot of other specifications, filters that you could use, and you have about close to 140 plus reports to run your OWA. The audit reports, where I again mentioned about the non-owner mailbox. This is just few cases I'm sharing with you. You can create your own custom report and set an alert for that. And then the Office 365, the latest support to cloud. We do the inactive users based on the timestamp, then inactive mailbox, and a few other reports. So that's the latest about the Office 365. So any questions on the Exchange Reporter Plus? Because this section will be really simple because Derek has almost given you a quick bite on this one. Any questions on Exchange Reporter Plus? Yes, please.
Is the Exchange reporting able to produce, say, send on behalf?
Mm-hmm. You want to report on send on behalf?
Yep, and also like individual access to maybe calendars on each user?
I need to check on the calendars, but send on behalf is readily available. That is possible. But calendars, let me get back to you on that. Okay? Any questions on Exchange Reporter? No. That's separate. That's a separate tab in Exchange Reporter Plus, wherein you configure your tasks. You predefine certain categories, and that shows up. So that the Exchange Reporter is within that itself. It never relates to AD Audit Plus. That covers the Active Directory. This is the Exchange. So this is, we make sure that AD360 covers your entire forest, the domain, and then you have the Exchange, yep, everything all put together. Any more questions in Exchange? Perfect. And now the last bit of my presentation, the Recovery Manager Plus, wherein you would be able to, not just recover, because there are two operations in this tool. You just don't stop with recovery, you do a restore as well. So that's where the Recovery Manager Plus helps you out. And again, this is a web-based tool that will facilitate taking a complete backup and you can restore it. And of course, yes, backup, you do have it in Active Directory, and Derek would have told you, the old school method wherein you go about the NTDS util, and of course, the tombstone period, and there's another feature that the trash, wherein you need to enable recycle bin. I'm sorry. These two features have to be mandatory, and of course, the predefined configurations, the NTDS util, all these are old school. We don't have time for that anymore. So with this tool, you can fine grain, saying that I want this OU, and please do make sure that you do it on an OU level, or you could do it on a bulk, or you could say that, hey, just watch over this particular user's attribute and just get me the details and do a quick restore. This saves a lot of bandwidth time. And to address the major concern, why do you need Recovery Manager Plus? Can anybody assure here that their Active Directory is safe and secure at the moment? Anybody can say that? So that's the current world we are in, because as Derek had mentioned, a lot of domain admins, everybody gets right. You just have one life. You cannot just keep seeing the permissions each user has. And just like how you get into the office when you scan, that tells you that you're valid for the office today. That's the status of Active Directory. So the minute you log in, everything looks in shape. Touch wood, it stays the way like that. And with Recovery Manager Plus, you can take consistent backups at regular intervals. So if somebody tells you that your Active Directory is messed up, don't worry, you have the backups. You could go ahead and do a restore. So you could do bulk. You could do it on an OU level, or you could just say that, hey, I just want to monitor this specific attribute because the rest pretty much are all in shape. So you've got the flexibility and the fine graining aspects to make this tool what it does the best. And you have automatic backups. You can schedule the frequency. You don't have to keep doing it again and again and again. You can do an automatic backup. We do support multiple domain backups. What in case if you're geographically spanned, you have offices elsewhere, you have multiple domains. What happens if you just say, I just want this specific domains, I have multiple other domains as well, I need backups for that. We do offer support for that. And then you have the rollbacks. You can put it back, you can bring them back to life in just a matter of a few seconds. When somebody is crying, you've already worked towards that, and you can walk over with a smile. And to sum it up, this is the AD360 Touch, a bit of a promise. We offer a complete 360-degree view, just starting with the user creation, and then the complete reporting aspect, and then the end user capability, and then the Exchange study logs, and then the Recovery Manager Plus. So it's right from the time a user is born, and again till death, and there's no death literally. You can again put them back to life. So that is a 360-degree vision. And the flexibility of a component, you pay only for what you use. So the tool comes in with all the components. You can pick and choose. Why just restrict yourself to a particular tool when you get all of them on the house? And easy upgrades. You can upgrade them at your convenience, but it's really, really simple. And we're working on it with just AD360. You can upgrade all the other tools. So that is the AD360 Touch. And now, time for questions. I would be more than happy to take down any questions pertaining all the 5 products. That differs to the specific product. Though all of them come together. For instance, if you're choosing ADSelfService Plus, that's based on the number of users. not on the domains. You can have as many as domains you want, but number of domain users is what validates your license. For the Exchange Reporter Plus, it's the number of mailbox. And for Recovery Manager Plus, it's again the users. AD Audit Plus, domain controllers, file servers, member servers, and NetApp fillers. That's how the licensing model works. For AD Manager, number of domains and help desk technicians. Any more questions? Yep.
Is there like a separate process for just AD360 or
Yes.
is
No, let me give you this way. AD360, when you log into AD360, all right, AD Manager, AD Audit, Exchange Reporter, ADSelfService Plus, all graphs would be shown up right there. And in case you want to do something specific, a separate tab will open for that specific tool, for AD Manager, for ADSelfService Plus, for Exchange Reporter Plus. You don't have to keep looking for the tools. The tool would give you everything right there. That is AD360.
So for ADSelfService, it's based on end user.
Yep, number of end users.
Concurrent or just total?
Total, I mean, let me address it this way. Let's say in your organization you have about close to 100 users, just an example, out of which 20 are inactive. All right. So in that case, you can just purchase AT license, but you can, if you give me the assurance that those 20 would never come back again, you can restrict those users. You can prevent those users from using the tool. They would never get access to the tool.
So like the service accounts.
Yeah, service accounts, disabled accounts, inactive, and then you've got a few other filters as well. You have about close to 6 filters, which can make you restrict those users, and you can buy back your own license, and you can give it to new users. Active accounts, when you've delegated the task, if I'm the new user today, all right, I've not logged in, the license still holds good. Anybody next time logs in, anybody who accesses the tool using a web browser, the license count is 1.
So if you've got someone who leaves the company and you've got a new starter, how do you transfer?
Just go ahead into restrict users. License management, restrict users. You can do it OU based or the entire domain. You could run a manual report.
Oh, okay, so if you move users as part of your process,
Yep.
you just license for those that you
Yeah, perfect. And once you do that, that specific user would never get access to the tool unless and until you provide access. You need to provide access for the tool, and the license count would refresh, and you can associate it to the new user. Yes, please.
my understanding is that these products, individual products have
Yes.
what sort of recommendations like sizes?
That completely depends on your environment, but all the tool requires is just the bare minimum. The P4 processors, 2 gig RAM, just the basic qualities is all we need. Basic configurations is all I need. But in case, if you feel that your domain is a bit complicated, you have a lot of users doing a reset unlock, the reports run on a regular basis, and of course the user creation with a lot of attributes go in every single day. Just let me know your configurations. I could.
The question is more specific to SQL database, like say SQL Express, for example.
We support anything. Yes.
It's got its own database.
There is no specific limitations on the tool. We support the database, and whatever the database comes in with, for instance, like you mentioned, the SQL Express, it has a limitation that comes with the SQL Express. We don't infringe or specifically write any mechanism where you need to stop data in this manner. We don't do that. We just write data. That's all.
It is more depends on the business
Yep.
behaviors, right?
Yes, with the database, as I told you before.
Compliance requirements.
Yes. Any more questions? Perfect. In that case, thank you so much for your time and appreciate it. You guys have the feedback form. In case you have extra minute, please just fill in, and you can just leave it right at the desk. Thank you so much, guys. Yep. Where did you get the software? I mean, you could just download it online. Any tool that you need, if you want AD360, all you need to do is manage engine AD360. Or if you specifically want that individual tools, just Google that software's name. ADSelfService Plus, Exchange Reporter, AD Audit, AD Manager.
How long is the trial?
30 days, full-blown professional trial. For the Exchange Reporter, it's 60 days. Don't worry about the deadline. Put the product to test. I just want to make sure that everybody, downloads the tool and. Sure. Yep. I'll do that. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.